Most accidents involving trains take place when vehicles attempt to cross unprotected level crossings. One such incident was reported today. The driver of a van and a 5-year-old boy travelling in the vehicle were killed when the vehicle was hit by a train as it attempted to cross an unprotected level crossing near the Padukka railway station.
The van that was hit by a train was a school transport service provider's van. The van travelling from Padukka to Ingiriya was hit by a train plying from Avissawala to the Colombo Fort railway station. The van, which transports school children in the Mawatagama area in Padukka, had attempted to cross the unprotected level crossing when tragedy struck. The driver and the 5-year-old boy, who were the only people inside the van at this time, were killed when the fort-bound train crashed into the hapless van. Eyewitnesses say that the driver had attempted to take the child and leave the vehicle before the train hit. A teacher at a preschool in the area said the boy, Rasindu Malsara, had been coming to school for about 4 days now in this van. Prior to this, the child had travelled to school in a 3-wheeler. Speaking to News First, the preschool teacher said that the parents had switched to the school van owing to the high cost of using a 3-wheeler every day. Rasindu's mother is currently in hospital expecting another child. The body of the 39-year-old driver of the van, a resident of Mawatagama Koswata, is currently lying at the Padukka Divisional Hospital. Area residents reiterated the need for a gate at this unprotected level crossing following the accident.
We have rescued people at many occasions. However, authorities have failed to take any action.
Several accidents were reported at this location. A protected level crossing is a dire need.
Accidents at unprotected level crossings. General Manager of Railways says that there are 800 unprotected level crossings. Gates will be attached to 45 unprotected level crossings this year. General Manager of Railways. Today, 2 people killed in an accident at an unprotected level crossing in Vaulkalawatta, Ingiriya. Why aren't gates being affixed to unprotected level crossings?
Parental supervision is essential for children, especially toddlers. This is because the natural curiosity of children could lead to tragedy. We received this report from Dehiyattakandiya on the tragic demise of a 4-year-old boy.
4-year-old Hasita Pramoda Vivasinghe, who was a student at this preschool in Nikawatalanda in Dehiyattakandiya, passed away after falling into a pit dug up at an empty plot of land about 200 meters from his home.
I'm really saddened by this incident. At the preschool, we take care of children, but when they go home, their safety lies in the hands of their parents. They should be aware of their children's whereabouts.
Four 7-foot deep pits have been dug up in this plot of land for the installment of a communications tower of a private telecommunication company. Hasita had gone with his elder brother at about 5:30 last evening to view this pit, which had filled up with water owing to the heavy rains. Area residents say that if a protective fence had been put up around the land, then the child may yet be alive. There was no safety fence erected. It was subsequent to the death of the child that they erected these up. Inquiries into why Hasita, the youngest of 3 siblings, passed away could prevent the recurrence of such incidents. Although area residents say that the child would still be alive if the private company had put up a protective fence, the parents too have a responsibility to supervise their children. If both these parties had carried out their duties, this child may yet have been among the living.
Farmers have faced a myriad of challenges in the recent past, including adverse weather conditions. Our provincial correspondent in Ambalantota, Rahul Samatha, recently came across a group of farmers who are facing challenges even after harvesting their crops.
This is now a common sight in homes in Karivileyaya in Dehigahalanda, Ambalantota. Over 300 agrarian families live in this area. Farmers say that over 200 families have piled up stocks of paddy as they are unable to sell their harvest. Farmers also say that these stocks of paddy were collected in keeping with the instructions of officials at the Dehigahalanda paddy storage facility. The paddy was harvested on the 13th of May. Now the paddy has piled up because they stopped purchasing paddy after the new year. They say that they do not have the funds to purchase paddy. Everyone in the Ridigama scheme comes to the Dehigahalanda storage facility. The paddy becomes damp because of the rains and the wind. We have to protect the harvest from wild animals, and we are doing all of this amid much hardship. We have pawned off almost everything in order to live. It was open for about 6 months. Then they came and told us that paddy would be purchased at 40 rupees a kilo and asked us to prepare the stocks. Now the storage facility is closed. Now they will release water for the next season, and we still have these stocks here. How are we to cultivate? We cannot purchase fertilizer or pay the hired laborers. Farmers in the area say they do not receive a satisfactory price for the mung beans they have cultivated to supplement their paddy cultivation. The same applies for the purchasing of paddy and mung beans. All we are doing now is meaningless cultivation. We thank the Sirasa Media Network for coming here.
Elections Commissioner Mahinda Deshapriya says that several fields from which names are not included in the electoral list have been identified. The Elections Commissioner says a promotional campaign is to be initiated targeting these people.
Speaking at a media briefing convened at the Election Secretariat in Rajagiriya today, Elections Commissioner Mahinda Deshapriya said that the campaign would commence on the 1st of June, which has been declared Voters' Day. The Elections Commissioner said that prior to this, on the 30th and 31st of May, officials would go among the public raising awareness. How many people are not registered in the voters list? We are going to pull our weight with regard to these people, especially people who live in slums and shacks. Then there are the high income earners in urban areas. We also expect to include people living in remote villages. Then there are the people living in luxury and semi-luxury apartments. The people who were displaced from the north owing to the war. In urban areas, people who are living on rent are not allowed to put their names down. People who are living on rent have a right to register to vote from the houses that they are living in. Preventing this is illegal. We hope to push for this right to be exercised.
Trade unions say that refinery activities at the Sapugaskanda oil refinery could be temporarily suspended due to the lack of crude oil. Trade unions say that the refinery is yet to receive the crude oil that was imported.
When news first inquired from the managing director of the CPC, Susanta De Silva, he said that the vessel carrying crude oil for the refinery has overcome technical difficulties. The vessel was scheduled to arrive in the island on the 12th of this month. Susanta De Silva added that the vessel which is heading to the island contained 1 million barrels of crude oil. The managing director noted that as a result, activities at the Sapugaskanda oil refinery will be temporarily halted. He added that maintenance work at the refinery will begin on 16th of this month for a period of 2 days. Susanta De Silva said that the closure of the refinery will not hamper the fuel supply to the market and added that there won't be any shortage of fuel in the island. The vessel which encountered technical difficulties will reach Sri Lankan shores on the 24th of this month.
A fundamental rights petition noting that the recent increase in electricity tariffs was unfair and seeking relief was filed at the Supreme Court today. The petition was filed on behalf of the Lawyers for Development and Human Rights Organization by attorney at law J.K. Ratna Jayangani.
The petition cites the Ceylon Electricity Board, CEB General Manager Nihal Vikramasinghe, the Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka, PUC-SL Chairman Dr. Jayatissa De Costa and the Attorney General as respondents. The petition seeks an interim injunction from the Supreme Court preventing the implementation of the new electricity tariffs until court has reached a decision on the petition. The petition requests that all documentation pertaining to the purchase of electricity from private companies, the monies paid to such companies and the manner in which such electricity was sold to the public be submitted in court. The petition also seeks a decree from court noting that electricity tariffs for ordinary people have been increased, while electricity tariffs for large-scale enterprises and those living in luxury households have seen only a minor increase, and as such, the fundamental rights of the people have been violated due to the discrimination. The petition also seeks an order from court compelling the respondents to introduce a fair tariff hike instead of the current tariff hike. The petitioners also requested that court take up the petition on either the 17th, 20th or 21st of this month.
14 police personnel attached to the Padukka police station have been transferred. According to a high-ranking official in the area, the transfers were made in order to streamline the public relations of the police department. The high-ranking police officer said that among those transferred are the OIC of crimes and 3 other female officers attached to the Padukka police station.